What if a single weapon could swat down stealth fighters, hypersonic missiles, and even satellites? Russia says it has one, the S-500 Prometheus, but is it truly unstoppable, or just the latest in a long line of overhyped wonder weapons? The S-500 is Russia's newest crown jewel in air and missile defense, designed to operate where the atmosphere ends and space begins. Moscow claims it can kill targets hundreds of kilometers away, even outside of Earth's atmosphere. Today we'll break through the propaganda, examine the real capabilities, and ask the hard questions. Does the Prometheus live up to its name, or is it just another myth? In this briefing, we'll dissect the S-500's origins, uncover how it builds on the S-400, and explore the bold claims about its ability to counter hypersonic missiles and even destroy satellites. We'll also examine where it's been deployed, how it's performed under fire, and whether the numbers behind it actually add up. To understand the S-500, you first have to understand the S-400. Now, if you haven't seen our video on the S-400, I'll link it up top. Go take a look. So the S-400 began service in 2007. It's a mobile, long-range surface-to-air missile system that became a cornerstone of Russian air defense and a major export success. With a family of different missiles, it's designed to engage everything from aircraft and drones to cruise and ballistic missiles out to a range of about 400 kilometers. Its reputation is imposing. Moscow has long claimed it can threaten even advanced stealth aircraft. Of course, its actual ability to track and kill low observable jets like the F-22 or the F-35 is Russian assertion, one that remains unproven in combat and lacks any independent verification. Still, the S-400 established a powerful blueprint, a mobile, layered, and flexible air defense system. The S-500 was built on this foundation, but its mission goes much, much further. If the S-400 was Russia's shield, the S-500 is supposed to be its sword, reaching higher, hitting harder, and threatening targets no one thought possible. The S-500 is a different class of weapon than the S-400. It's designed to work with the S-400, creating a two-tiered shield where the S-400 handles conventional threats, while the S-500 takes on the highest priority targets at the very edge of space. Let's start with the engagement envelope. While the S-400 reaches 400 kilometers against aircraft, the S-500's claimed engagement range is reportedly as far as 600 kilometers for anti-ballistic missile missions and around 500 kilometers for air defense. But the altitude is the most dramatic leap. The S-400's service ceiling is about 30 clicks. The S-500's claimed engagement altitude is a staggering 180 to 200 kilometers, pushing its reach well into the exo-atmospheric realm. This expanded reach is tied to a specialized target set. The S-400 is a generalist. The S-500 is a specialist. It was reportedly designed from the ground up to counter the toughest threats: intermediate-range ballistic missiles, potentially the terminal phase of ICBMs, and most critically, hypersonic weapons. To hit targets moving at such extreme speeds, reaction time is everything. And here is where the S-500 is reportedly to be significantly faster than its predecessor, slashing the time from decision to launch. In a world of hypersonic threats, those saved moments are the difference between successful intercept and catastrophic failure. On paper, it's a leap into the future, but paper doesn't shoot down hypersonic missiles, and that's where the S-500's reputation hangs on the balance. So how does the S-500 achieve this? This is where we're going to get a little technical. The answer lies in completely new and highly specialized architecture. Instead of integrating its functions into newer components like the S-400, the S-500 uses a distributed suite of radars, each tailored for a specific job. The system is believed to rely on several key radar components, including the 9-1 November 6 Echo Acquisition and Battle Management Radar and the 9-6 Lima 6 TSP Acquisition Radar for atmospheric targets. The real innovation, however, comes from its dedicated engagement radars, the 7-6 Tango 6 and the 7-7 Tango 6, reportedly designed for the complex physics of engaging targets in near space. This distributed approach allows the S-500 to seek, track, and guide interceptors against a much wider and challenging set of threats at the same time. This advanced radar suite is paired with a new family of interceptors. While it can use the 40 November 6 Mike missile from the S-400 as primary weapons for strategic defense, or the 7-7 November 6 November and the 7-7 November 6 November 1. These interceptors are built for extreme speeds and altitudes and reportedly employ hit-to-kill technology. This means they destroy targets through direct kinetic impact, a high-speed collision, rather than proximity explosion, which is a far more effective method for neutralizing the warhead of a ballistic missile. All of this advanced hardware is reportedly mounted on a highly mobile platforms like the BAZ heavy truck chassis, ensuring the S-500 retains a strategic mobility that made its predecessor famous. This allows it to be deployed, concealed, and redeployed to protect critical assets across Russia's vast territory. This brings us to the most sensational claim about the S-500, its ability to destroy hypersonic missiles and knock satellites out of low Earth orbit. First, the hypersonic claim. Russia's Ministry of Defense has announced that the S-500 completed its first test against a hypersonic target, with some reports claiming it intercepted a ballistic missile used as a proxy. While this is a significant claim, independent technical details are almost non-existent. Providing a reliable capability against maneuverable hypersonic glide vehicles, not just predictable ballistic missiles, is one of the toughest challenges in modern defense. As of today, the S-500's true effectiveness against full spectrum of hypersonic threats remain unverified. Then there's the anti-satellite, or ASAT, capability. With a claimed altitude ceiling of 200 kilometers, the S-500 can physically reach low Earth orbit, where many critical reconnaissance and communication satellites operate. Russian officials have openly stated the system was designed to destroy such targets. But just like the hypersonic claim, there's no public, independent verification of the S-500 ever being tested or used in an operational ASAT role. The capability remains a Russian assertion with significant caveats. So the S-500 officially entered service in 2021. The first prototype unit reportedly went on a combat duty with the 1st Special Purpose Aid and Missile Defense Army. It's the unit that's tasked to defend Moscow and its surrounding industrial region. This deployment is meant to create an upper-tier shield complementing the capital's other anti-ballistic missile systems. Its journey to the battlefield, however, has been surrounded by speculation. In June 2024, the head of the Ukrainian intelligence, Kirill Budanov, claimed that Russia had deployed the S-500 elements to occupy Crimea to protect the strategic Kerch Bridge. This would mark the system's first alleged deployment to a combat zone. According to Ukrainian sources, its debut was less than successful, with claims that the S-500 failed to intercept any of the U.S.-supplied ATACMS ballistic missiles fired at the region. These claims, of course, come from an active participant in the conflict and remain unconfirmed. More recently, on August 8, 2025, Ukrainian forces reportedly struck an S-500 radar station in Crimea with a drone, highlighting potential vulnerabilities in real-world operations. But these too are unconfirmed. When we peel back the hype, a more complex picture emerges. The S-500's greatest strength is its design philosophy. It's a purpose-built, upper-tier strategic defense system. Its high altitude, fast reaction time, and reported hit-to-kill interceptors are all tailored to counter the most advanced threats. By integrating with the S-400, it gives Russia a theoretical, very capable shield for its most valuable strategic targets. However, the system's weaknesses are just as significant. The biggest one is a lack of independent verification. Nearly all its performance claims, from its engagement envelope to its anti-hypersonic capabilities, originate from Russia's state media or military officials. There is little to no third-party data that can back them up. Second is the issue of inventory and costs. These systems are incredibly expensive, and production has reportedly faced delays. This means only a very small number likely exist. Their deployment seems concentrated on protecting the most critical sites, like Moscow, leaving the vast majority of Russian territory reliant on older systems. Finally, its alleged battlefield performance, based on reports from Ukraine, including the recent drone strike on radar station in Crimea on August 8th, although unverified, suggests it may not be the monster weapon it's been marketed as. Given the S-400's success, there's been great interest in whether S-500 will be exported. For now, Russia's made it clear that its own domestic needs come first. The most frequently mentioned potential buyer is India, which already operates the S-400. For years, speculation has swirled about a future deal, with some unconfirmed reports in 2025 suggesting Russia offered India a government-to-government deal that might include co-production. As of August 2025, Russia has actively proposed full technology transfer, joint production, and re-export rights to third countries, positioning India as a potential hub to circumvent Western sanctions, though no formal contract has been signed and India's pause on U.S. arms deals due to the new tariffs. But even if it never leaves Russia's borders, the S-500's reputation alone could shift the balance of power in the skies, and that may just be the point. The S-500 Prometheus is neither pure hype nor a proven unstoppable weapon. It's a powerful concept awaiting real-world validation. Technically, its architecture, engagement envelope, and interceptor design position it at the forefront of strategic air and missile defense. On paper, it could counter threats from hypersonic glide vehicles to low-orbit satellites. However, verified operational data remains scarce. Reports attributed to the conflict in Ukraine suggest possible performance limitations. These actions cannot be independently confirmed as well. Production appears limited, meaning the system is likely concentrated on defending high-priority areas. While these deployments may enhance protection for Russia's most critical sites, the S-500 has yet to demonstrate consistent, repeatable performance in live combat conditions. For now, it stands as both a system of significant potential and a capability still in the proving phase. Whether it becomes a genuine game changer or remains more myth than reality is the question the next conflict will answer. If you've liked this intel, go ahead and hit the like button so the algorithm shares it, subscribe for more briefings, and drop your thoughts on the S-500's place in the modern air defense. Sigma Actual.